You know what the biggest lie men believe is? That if you keep talking, she'll eventually like you. Bullshit. The easiest way to create attraction with a woman is conversation, and the fastest way to completely fuck it up is having the wrong conversation. For years I thought I was good at talking. I could yap for hours. Weather, politics, movies, music, what I did over the weekend, every boring ass topic you can imagine. I thought, damn, I'm social. No, I was just a professional bullshitter. I wasn't creating attraction. I wasn't building tension. I wasn't making anyone excited to be around me. I was giving people a reason to check the fucking clock. The painful truth, most people weren't listening because they cared. They were listening because they were too polite to tell me to shut the fuck up. Then I met a guy in college, quiet as hell, introverted, awkward, absolutely dog shit at small talk, the kind of guy you'd never bet on. But somehow, everyone liked him. Guys respected him. Girls naturally gravitated toward him. Meanwhile, I was out there performing verbal gymnastics like a fucking clown, getting nowhere. That pissed me off. So I started watching him, every conversation, every interaction. At the same time, I was obsessed with studying psychology, social dynamics, and human behavior. Then one day, everything fucking clicked. The reason he attracted people wasn't despite being bad at small talk, it was because he was bad at it. Small talk isn't the goal. Small talk is the fucking waiting room, and most men build a damn house there. They spend 20 minutes talking about traffic, the weather, their job, some celebrity drama nobody gives a shit about. Then they wonder why there's zero chemistry, no spark, no attraction, no excitement. Because attraction doesn't happen in boring conversations. Attraction happens when people actually feel something: curiosity, emotion, challenge, mystery, connection. The guy I watched hated surface-level bullshit. The second the conversation became shallow, he killed it. Within 30 seconds, he'd ask something real, something personal, something unexpected, something that actually made the other person think. And if he was talking to a woman, the pattern never changed. Small talk, deep conversation, flirtation every single fucking time. That's the formula. But most guys are impatient idiots. They try to jump straight from crazy weather today to so you're kinda cute. What the fuck are you doing? That's not confidence. That's social suicide. You skip the entire middle of the conversation. You never created comfort. You never created curiosity. You never created emotional investment. And now you're wondering why she looks uncomfortable. Here's the rule. The second you catch yourself stuck in small talk, get the fuck out. Don't live there. Don't decorate it. Don't make it your personality. Use it for 30 seconds, then move somewhere that actually matters. Make her think. Make her laugh. Challenge her perspective. Get her talking about experiences instead of facts. Only after you've built that connection, you turn the conversation flirtatious. That's how attraction actually works. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to escape boring-ass small talk faster than 99% of men. The biggest mistake in your social life isn't being ugly, shy, or getting rejected, it's being boring. Burn that in. So what's the fastest way to become boring? Small talk. How's your day? What do you do? Crazy weather, huh? Nobody gives a fuck, and you're not just boring the other person, you're boring yourself. Some of you tell yourselves you're introverts. I don't like people. Socializing drains me. Bullshit. You don't hate people, you hate boring conversations. There's a huge difference. Every conversation you've had dies in the same graveyard, small talk. Over 90% of people never escape it, spend their whole lives on meaningless bullshit, then wonder why nobody remembers them, why women lose interest after 5 minutes, why every interaction feels like a job interview. Because they're addicted to surface-level garbage. Imagine eating plain boiled chicken every single day. Eventually you'd rather starve. That's what small talk feels like. Your brain isn't tired of people, it's tired of boring conversations. The second you learn to kill small talk, everything changes. You turn strangers into friends, boring conversations into unforgettable ones, curiosity into attraction. Women start investing in the conversation instead of looking for an excuse to leave. You become the guy people remember, the guy people gather around, the guy with real charisma. And it has nothing to do with looks, money, or status. It's a learnable skill. Here's the rule. You must always be the one who leads the conversation out of small talk, always. Here's why. At the start, you're both on the same level, two strangers exchanging NPC bullshit. Where are you from? What do you do? Nobody gives a fuck. But the second the conversation shifts into something real, someone has to lead it there. And whoever leads, leads. That's how people subconsciously see it. Human beings respect people who take control, especially women. She won't consciously think, wow, he transitioned that beautifully. She'll just feel, this guy feels different. This guy has presence. This guy is interesting. She won't know why she's drawn to you. That's how psychology works. So how do you actually do it? You need to know where you're taking the conversation before you open your mouth. Most guys freestyle every conversation. That's why they crash into awkward silence every 5 minutes. A leader always knows the destination. Charisma isn't about how much you talk, it's about how the other person feels while talking to you. People don't remember your words. They remember how you made them feel. So stop trying to impress people. Make them express themselves. That's the secret. The fastest way to pull someone out of small talk, ask questions that force them to think. By 20, people have answered the same boring questions thousands of times. What do you do? Where are you from? Do you like your job? On autopilot, zero emotion, zero investment. Ask NPC questions, you get NPC answers. So instead of, do you like your job? Ask, what's the part of your job people completely misunderstand? Instead of, where are you from? Ask, what made you decide to stay there instead of leaving? Instead of, what are your hobbies? Ask, what hobby completely changed how you think? One question collects information, the other uncovers a person. That's where connection begins. I almost never ask questions that can be answered with one word. Do, did, where, when, who? Those kill momentum. Do you like it? Yeah. Congratulations, you just murdered the conversation. Instead ask, what made you enjoy it? How did that happen? Why do you think that? If you could do anything else, what would it be? Those questions open doors instead of closing them. Let's make it practical. You're talking to a bartender. Most guys. So do you like being a bartender? It's fun. Oh, nice. Dead. Instead, what's the best part about being a bartender? I love the atmosphere. Most guys stop there. You don't. You say, yeah, I bet the atmosphere is great, but dealing with drunk idiots every weekend must get exhausting. You didn't ask another boring question. You showed you understand her reality. You made her feel seen. Now she laughs. Oh my God, you have no idea. She's emotionally engaged. Now you go deeper. Was bartending always the plan, or did life just throw you into it? Now she's talking about decisions, dreams, mistakes, life, not cocktails. Her, and people love talking about themselves. Or, honestly, it's exhausting. I bet you see every type of crazy person in a single night. She laughs. You continue. A job like this probably teaches you more about human nature than most psychology books. Now you've framed her as perceptive, interesting, experienced. Then, what made you choose this instead of a quiet office job? Now she's telling stories, not facts. Stories create connection. Facts create interviews. When someone feels understood, they naturally enjoy being around you. You don't have to perform, act like some loud alpha, or fake confidence. You just have to make people feel like they're finally talking to someone who gives a fuck. Do this consistently, and women open up without you chasing because almost nobody listens anymore. Everybody waits for their turn to speak. Be different. Lead the conversation. Ask better questions. Create depth. Everything so far only gets you to one place, connection. But connection isn't attraction. If you want her heart racing instead of just enjoying the conversation, you need the next step. Taking a conversation deep and turning it into flirtation without making it awkward. That's where most men completely blow it. If you've applied everything so far, you've done something most guys never accomplish. She feels relaxed around you, enjoys talking to you, is emotionally invested, trusts you. Huge win. But here's where most men destroy themselves. They think comfort is attraction. It isn't. Comfort is just the foundation. Keep stacking comfort on comfort without changing the vibe, and you've hired yourself as her emotional support animal, the guy she vents to, The guy she calls when another dude breaks her heart. The guy she calls such a sweet guy right before she goes home with someone else. That's the friend zone, not because you're too nice, because you never changed the energy. You never led. The conversation follows your frame. You're steering the ship. If you are confident enough to pull it out of small talk, it's your job to keep moving it forward. Leaders don't stop halfway. Next destination is flirtation. Before your brain pictures cheesy pickup lines, relax. Real flirtation isn't a memorized one-liner. It's creating tension. That's it. Deep conversation creates comfort. Flirting creates tension. You need both. Comfort without tension, friends. Tension without comfort, creepy. The magic happens when both exist at once. She feels safe, but she also feels excited. Comfort says, I enjoy talking to you. Tension says, I wonder what's gonna happen next. Attraction lives right between those two. Think about your favorite movie. All peace, you fall asleep. All chaos, you get exhausted. It's exciting because it switches between calm and tension. Human interaction works the same way. Most guys only know one mode. Interview, therapist, or comedian, and none of those create attraction alone. You have to know when to shift gears. I'm going to show you 5 ways to naturally create playful tension without looking needy, without looking creepy, without pretending to be someone you're not. These aren't magic lines. They're communication principles. The more you use them, the more you develop your own style until it becomes automatic. If this video hits 2,000 likes, I'll drop the full video on mastering deep conversations. Until then, your mission is simple. Go out and practice making people feel comfortable around you. Master that first, everything else gets easier after. This is Luca Valentino. I'll see you in the next one.